Oh dear. We are going to talk to Marcus and to Becky about their background before Riverknits. We've just given Bryn strict instructions not to call emergency services in Japan. So while he's trying to do that, I'm sneezing all over Marcus in the meantime. So guys, you obviously you both run Riverknits.
Yes.
Yes.
And people can find you at
Riverknits.co.uk will
Yep.
redirect you to our Etsy shop.
Okay.
But you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Lovely. Okay. All right. And people can see pictures of your yarn
Oh yeah.
and everything that you dye on there.
Yeah.
Okay. So before Riverknits, what happened before Riverknits?
Well, we were both working full time, and I was working full time as a mechanical engineer.
Were you?
Yes.
Who were you working for, Becky?
I was working for a large engine manufacturer. So
Yeah.
I'm talking like big, dirty engineering.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you used to messing about with bits that make things work.
Yes.
What
Very
do-
technically.
What did you do? Did you mess about with things that made things work?
Yeah, I did a few different roles. So I was involved in engine design and development.
Yeah.
But later shifted to more of a quality role where I was troubleshooting within the manufacturing plant.
Oh, so if anything went wrong, it was down to you,
It was down to me to work out what was going wrong
wow.
before we let the engine go to the customer.
Okay,
Yeah.
Marcus, you said you were working in the same kind of
Yes.
capacity. What were you doing?
Well, I'm a mechanical engineer by trade.
Right.
I'm also a tool maker.
Are you?
Yes. And I used to work for a very large company making parts for the automotive industry.
Right. Okay. And so you said you were making parts for them.
Yeah.
So obviously that was from start to finish.
Yeah, we designed them, or I designed them, and we make them mass production in different countries.
Yeah.
And we delivered every week to big motor companies like Ford, Volkswagen, Mercedes. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
we have the background there, and then we have the boat here. Tell me what happened in between.
in between.
Yes. What
Well, I
brought you out of
decided,
there to here?
That I wanted a more different lifestyle, so
Right.
I handed in my resignation
Did you?
and started working for Riverknits full time.
Okay. So when you came over to the UK and you were
Oh, that was
fiddling
a long time
and things,
ago. That was
as
15
it were.
years ago. Yeah.
Was it?
I
Okay.
did different things. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
There's a few different things in there,
Yeah,
I would imagine.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, a man who can turn his mind and his hands to most things.
Definitely.
All right, so when you met up, you had more than an interest in music to talk about.
Mhm.
You had, obviously, an interest in engineering.
In common as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so when anything goes wrong on the boat, it's not a problem, is it?
No.
I have been in the bilge more times than I can count.
Have you?
Fiddling with that engine. Yes.
So you can do your own repairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything like that. Okay, so it's not usual to find engineers then working with wool and knitting. What do you think is this connection from
Well,
your point of view?
You know, it's quite funny because when I was interviewed for my last role, the chief engineer looked at my CV and he got to the hobbies section. He said, "Knitting? I've never seen that on a CV before."
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Well, it's just engineering with wool." But it really is, because wool has, you know, specific properties depending on, you know, which breed of sheep you're working with, or not just wool, other fibres as well. They all have their properties. Knitting, following a knitting pattern is like following an algorithm, you know, it's
Right.
all, if you want it to be, it can be really technical. And we're both technically minded and practical, you know, we've worked in engineering, we're musicians, so we're used to using our hands and training our fingers to make certain movements and all this kind of thing, so it all ties in actually really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And obviously then you're just adding colour in, because in an engineering capacity, colour isn't that important, is it? Is it?
You'd be
Sometimes,
surprised,
yeah.
actually.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you've worked with colour matching
Color
for
matching
parts
on
for
vehicles.
cars.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
is a science on its own.
And
Is
could
it?
take like up to
Yeah.
a year to get a colour match.
No.
Yeah.
What, for different parts of the...
yeah, so if you're supplying a part for a car,
Yep.
and your part has got to match the main body of the car,
Right.
you're putting your colour onto a different material
Okay.
than the body of the car. There's a lot of technical challenges.
And it's all measurements, it's no visual checking, it's all measured.
It's got to be very, very
Very
accurate.
scientific.
Yeah, very scientific.
In the sense, like you were saying, Becky, about knitting,
Yeah.
being quite scientific in that sense.
And dyeing is scientific as well.
Right.
I mean,
okay.
you can dye by, splashing a bit here and splashing a bit there.
Yeah.
And that's a really, really fun way to do it. And I do that with my kids because they really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But, to...
Japan? No. Okay. Yes. Sorry, Becky. Do go on.
Disabled. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but, if you want to produce reproducible colourways or get a predictable result, then you need to be more scientific about it.
Okay, you've got to be quite accurate, really,
Yeah.
haven't you? Yeah. Do you find do you know many other dyers in the trade, in a sense, who work in the same capacity that you and Marcus would do? Do people have quite that kind of approach, do you think?
I think there's quite a range. Yeah, I mean, there'll be people like me who are more scientifically minded and
Yeah.
very carefully measuring tiny quantities and making lots of notes.
Yeah.
And then there are other people who are just really instinctively creative, and it's definitely a spectrum.
Right.
And I'm not saying that I'm all just scientific.
Yes.
And obviously, it's creative as well.
Yes. Yeah.
There's definitely a spectrum, and you get people on both ends, all along it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to hear that correlation. Bryn, what do you think?
Bryn?
Got anything to say? No, more concerned with the phone. You're going to have a word with this boy. Thanks very much, guys.